I'm Reed.
And I'm Brandon, and we play in Almond Soy.
Well, we're sitting here at Music Matters 2018 in Singapore. Welcome.
Thank you.
It's
nice to be here.
Is it your first time to Singapore?
Yeah, for me it is.
That's it. I came here when I was like 10, on like a family trip, but first time in ages for sure.
So, experiences so far. How
It's been wonderful. We're staying in Little India, so we got a really, really good culture experience kind of straight off the plane.
Mm-hmm.
And then, everything else from the food to the people has just been incredible. So
Played at the main stage at Clark Quay on Friday.
Yep.
And super stoked with how he sounded and the performance and everything, and everyone's just been super friendly, which has been great.
Singapore, Perth, not too far apart from each other. It's a pretty easy flight. Do you think there needs to be kind of more what's the right word? Collaboration between kind of the WA scene and the scene up here?
Yeah, for sure. It's the same amount of time as us even getting over east.
Yeah.
So it's like, I think it might even be shorter.
Yeah, it is short. I think it's quicker to get to here than it is to Queensland, I'm pretty sure.
That's it.
Yeah.
So
from Perth. So
there's definitely an ability for that to happen.
there's a lot of similarities that I've seen between Australia and Singapore as well, music-wise. And absolutely.
Was what was the kind of catalyst for you guys applying to come here in the first place? What kind of put this on your radar?
We actually found out about it through a friend, and then we just applied and had a look at the festival and thought it'd be a great opportunity for us to come and do it.
Yeah, we always wanted to kind of expand a bit out of Perth as well, so we thought we'd meet some amazing people here, some other artists, so yeah. And
hopefully use this as a bit of an entry point into doing other shows around the Asia region.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
That's it, yeah. It's always a stepping stone as well, so yeah, it's perfect.
Well, it's good timing as well because you've been busy on the road for the last month or so off the back of your latest single, Silhouette. Tell me a little bit about how those shows have gone and kind of how you guys are feeling as a live outfit, because you get to a point it's like it's hard to actually get out there and play shows, so now being a bit of a rhythm of it must be pretty nice.
Yeah, so we actually found out that we were coming like a month before we booked these other shows, so we had about 9 days in between. So yeah, we definitely, as you said, have a rhythm, and the shows over east went amazing, and it was the second time getting over there this year, and coming over from Perth is always such a long way for us to get over there, and a lot of East Coast acts don't even come to Perth just how far it is. So it's really, really stoked to be able to get on a plane and play our tunes to more people. Yeah, the hospitality over east was amazing as well. Every person that's kind of moved over from Perth came to see us, and really, really good reception. So we were stoked with it, really stoked. And how are you finding the live shows developing? You've obviously got the new single, you had your debut EP at the beginning of the year. Are there more kind of newer tracks that are adding, working their way into the set from kind of what we might expect in the future? Yeah, we've got a new track that's in the works at the moment. It's got a bit of a surfy vibe to it. But yeah, just after this tour, we're going to be getting into a writing period, and we've got a couple of ideas of where we want to take the sophomore EP. But we've been experimenting with a lot of synth as well. So that's kind of been the biggest change in our set over the past kind of 6 months. You've always had keys on that. But we're doing a lot more intros and kind of balancing out the whole set with the layering of it and the production behind it. Even live, we have 6 members, so it allows us to really have a lot of dynamic in what we're doing, and it allows us to change up the instrumentation from song to song and have a different vibe and a different theme for every song. And it's kind of nice to change up the set as well. Song-wise, we can position other songs to kind of what vibe the set's going to be. So, yeah. And how does that collaboration work within the band? You've got 6 members. There's a lot of different cooks in the kitchen, so to speak. Is there a chief songwriter in the group? Do you all kind of come in with different ideas and put into a bit of more of a melting pot? I write most of the songs, but we also are very extremely collaborative in what we do. One of our keys players, Spencer, does a lot of production for us, and there's a lot of idea writing, and for us to stem into writing a song, for us to jam it out. But yeah, it's a majorly collaborative project, and it's just kind of a forum for us all to get together and put our ideas out and work together, and be getting better and better at it every day. That's it. And after Singapore, what's next?
Just a bit of a writing period. We've been super busy this year, kind of playing a lot of shows, so we'll still take a couple more shows for the rest of the year, but we just really want to get back into the mentality of being in the studio, writing some good music. You always kind of need that, down period as well, where you can actually be creative, yeah, and that's the most important thing. We wouldn't be doing this if we, weren't creative people, so we have to get back into that mindset.
Well, that's it. Even our last EP was actually recorded September last year, so we haven't actually gone and spent a...
That's pretty close to when it was released. So
it was about 4 or 5 months after we recorded it was released, and we haven't actually had a big chunk of time in the studio for us to actually kind of give it a go.
It's it's sort of the dream, isn't it? It's kind of what you work towards, is having that time to be able to actually focus on music.
Yeah, well, you do all the busy stuff like this, and then you can go back home and write again, and that's the nicest thing. You've got really busy parts in your life, and then you can also relax as well. So no, it is the dream.
So whenever I go to Perth, I'm always impressed by the eclecticism of the Perth scene. There's due in part to its isolation and also just the sheer breadth of the creative talent that exists within Perth, you've kind of got more genres existing within the space than I think any other major city in Australia. Where do you see your music as kind of fitting in there? Do you feel like you're part of a community in Perth?
Well, we definitely have friends that play in bands, and they're not along the same line, but they could be grouped together for sure. I don't necessarily think that we necessarily can be tied to one scene. I think that's the thing about Perth, is there isn't that many scenes actually inside of it, because there isn't actually enough bands to really that are doing a similar thing.
There's not enough bands to make like a scene and then a scene and a scene, because there's, we've got, I don't know how many bands, but everyone's kind of spread over the whole of Perth in terms of scenes. But it's kind of just like a big family. Everyone kind of helps each other out, so it kind of everything's spread over. But I mean, scenes can vary from going down to Fremantle, it's kind of like half an hour drive, and the sound down there will be prominently a little bit more psych rock, and then coming up north it's a bit more indie pop. So that definitely, and we're all from up north, so we kind of see ourselves fitting into that a little bit more. But everything's really, really spread over the whole city, which is really nice. So,
and looking at that scene in Perth, if there's one other band in Perth we should be listening to at the moment, who should we be listening to?
Our good buddies Great Gable have been killing it. They're definitely one to check out. Did a sold out tour around Australia, writing some amazing music. So yeah, definitely
get around good gigs ourselves, and that's the thing. We've known these people since we were 17, 18, and that's it. And love their music and get around them.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, guys, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
I'm looking forward to seeing you at the Aussie Barbecue tonight.
Yeah, it should be fun.
Have you been involved in any Aussie Barbecue events around the world before?
We haven't. This is our
first one.
Have you heard about them? Are you familiar with the...
Yeah, I've seen them at South by Southwest and stuff like that, and seen some videos from them, so it's exciting to give it a go.
Something to tick off the list.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a long list of things to tick off, but it's one off the list. So
there's a couple of great Aussie bands playing as well tonight. Also from Perth.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's a few bands from Perth.
3 out of 5, which is
great. Yeah, it's gonna be lovely.
Cool. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much.